And are you refreshed? Good. Now what? You're becoming more and more and more and more. Second row right here. Second row.
Well, I'd like to ask about being the creator and being the creation. I'd like some elaboration about that.
Was a perfect question because you are the creator of you.
It kind of boggles me a little bit.
Well, when you think about it, that you are the creator of your point of attraction. So you are the creator of your moment in time. You are the creator of everything that comes to you. You are we'll use a different word just for fun. You are the generator of the thought. You are the focuser of the thought. You are the focuser of the thought, which equals the vibration, which is your point of attraction, which is the reason for everything that happens to you. So those are the perfect words that you started with. You are the creator of you, who is also the creation.
And this creation is not obviously it's an expanding thing, so it's not a solid thing, but it still encompasses a bit of what we have been, so to speak. Is there any?
Well, good. That's good. It's solid. It's just never done. And so this is good.
I'm going to put on my glasses, please.
So as I stand in my now, the momentum of what I lived before is part of what I'm living now. The question is, this might help you. It's going to twist your brain into a little bit of a knot, and then we'll help unravel it. The other day, we were talking to a group about how every day you get on the high-flying disc as best you can. And your best chance of doing that is first thing in the morning. And each morning that you care about it, and each morning that you do it, and each morning that you know that you have 17 seconds to pull away from or direct yourself away from a thought that might be taking you from it, the better you get and the more solid you are on that disc. So I'm going to get on the high-flying disc. And so then we complimented the group. We said, we've been here together for hours, and it's like we've pushed the reset button. We've literally pushed the reset button. Your point of attraction today is different than it's ever been before.
So you're a new person, or
what you shall know. Your point of attraction has been reestablished today. And everyone liked it, the idea of it, because it felt like the momentum of everything that had come before and the clarity that had happened during the seminar. And we've pushed the reset button, and now we can expect different things to come to us. And then we said, however, it only lasts for today. Because in the morning, you're going to push the reset button again. You keep pushing the reset button. And really, it's not just every morning. Esther said, Abraham, I refuse to believe that I have to wait till tomorrow to get back on my disc. You've given me enough tools. I know how to focus. I can meditate. There's a lot of things that I could do to get back there because I want to. But speaking to this subject of momentum, it really raises the question, why is my point of attraction what it is? Is it because of what I used to believe? No, it's only because of what's active in your vibration now. However, usually what's active in your vibration now is the same as what you used to believe, because most people sort of lock in on a belief and then they keep that pipe wide open, and so things don't change, but they could. You could literally lay new pipes every day about things that you want and have different experiences and different levels of energy flowing through you. So, helpful? The basis? So, give us more.
Well, if I just talk about it, I putting the two together, thinking of myself, I for a while I've gotten used to the idea of creating my own reality for whatever, for how I've been able to take it. But then at one point I heard you say, and you're also the creation. And then I went, what was that? You know, I wanted to know that a little more, because I think of myself a little. And then I thought of, and then another part of that was like, you're also creating yourself within relationship. But I guess the thing I just wanted that elaborated.
Every moment is a relationship with something. And the relationship that we want you to establish as the primary one is that relationship with source, that relationship with that pure positive energy. And if you care about that relationship first, then all other relationships take care of themselves. But it's like Esther observing these two children that she loves so much at the fair that day. She could see that each of them had their point of attraction going. And she knew, because of her experience with them, that this was their point of attraction today. It was today. But what happens is, if you have enough days like that you start to see yourself that way and believe yourself that way, then every day you just recreate yourself again as you have been. That's why this gathering has been really wonderful. We've enjoyed so many of the aspects that have culminated, giving yourself a new name or identifying yourself anew vibrationally, pushing the reset button every day. But it takes some things that you know. First, you have to know that you are vibrational. And next, you have to know that law of attraction is responding to your vibration and to everyone else's. And then it's really helpful to know that you have patterns of thought that have resulted in you hanging around on these spinning discs. We can't find a better way of helping you to realize that your point of attraction is what it is. Jerry, when he first met us, said, Abraham, I figured out the perfect incarceration system. I think there should be islands. And the murderers should all go to an island and do it to each other. And the rapers should go to an island and do it to each other. And the thieves should go to an island and just steal things back and forth from each other. And we said, you already have those islands. They are vibrational islands. And the crowd didn't like the sound of that at first because they want to know, why does the one who's murdered end up on the island with the one who is murderer? And we say the vibrational frequencies have to match, and people are offering frequencies that they don't even know they're offering. This is a universe based on attraction. There's no exclusion. So when you say no to something, you're actually saying yes to it. So the more you teach your children, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that, the more you're causing them to lay pipes to that, the more you're helping them carve out the path of least resistance to the thing that they do not want. It's such an important thing to know. So when you know that you are a vibrational being, you and everybody else, and you know that law of attraction is sorting it out indiscriminately, in other words, not discriminating, not giving you, as Esther would say, come on, Abraham, can't you give me a special pass here somehow? We say you don't want it. You want the consistency of law of attraction because you want to be able to make the conscious correlation between how you're feeling, what's my mood, what's my disc, and what's coming. So if you're meeting a lot of ornery people, you got to admit, you went to the ornery meeting. You went to the ornery disc rendezvous point. If you're flying high and people that are coming are full of fun and clarity and insight, then that's the disc that you're meeting them on. But you are the creator of the disc. And law of attraction will bring everything that matches the disc that you've created yourself to be on to you. How about that?
I think it's great. I have a thought when you were saying that, is that then the vortex would contain that we have there, our vibrational escrow, would be fresh, even though it's been contained. You know what I mean? Even though it's been there already, it would feel fresh.
Constantly fresh.
Right. So that's like we're always creating our new cells in a way, even though it's been there, but when we catch up to it, it'll feel fresh.
That's why what exhilarating life is, because you're exploring contrast and creating fresh desire, now you get the fresh journey to the fresh new result. That's why we are eternal. That's why we're always fresh, always moving toward. We said in the beginning of this day that as you're moving toward what you've become, it always feels good. When you're widening the gap, it always feels uncomfortable. And then we like to say, you never get it done, so don't try to close the gap. Just expand and move in the direction of your expansion. It's a simple concept, a little more difficult to learn to apply, because momentum has you recreating what you don't mean to if you're not paying attention. But if we have convinced you that you're vibrational beings, have we? And that law of attraction is responding to your vibration, and that the way you feel is the indicator prior to the manifestation, then if you catch yourself early in a thought that doesn't feel good and you're able to replace it with a thought that does, now you have really manageable control of what's happening in your life experience. We've been offering a very simplistic analogy, but it's a good place to start relative to momentum. See your car at the top of the hill in San Francisco and nudge it a little and it starts down the hill. And if you catch it before it really gets rolling, you can step in front of it and stop it. It just bumps up against you and everything's all right. But if you're at the foot of the hill and it's coming down at you and that's how you choose to stop the momentum, it's more painful and usually. And so if we were standing in your physical shoes, and Jerry said that to Esther the other day. She was riding with him, and he said, well, if I were standing in my physical shoes, made her laugh right out loud. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would take this small handful of concepts and information from this gathering, and we would just focus on it for a little while. And we promise you, it will yield you more results than any combining of any philosophical points that you've ever applied. Really brief. We would acknowledge that we are vibrational and that we can choose the disc. And then we would go to sleep tonight intending to reach for the best feeling thought that we could find in the morning with the intention of getting on that high flying disc, with the intention of rendezvousing with things that feel like that. And then we would be aware of the way we feel. And in the moment that we realize that we are flying less high, even if it's just a little, we would realize that we have 17 seconds to draw back from that thought, to refocus that thought. Because once you cross the 17-second mark, it's going to start rolling. So we'd step out in front of that car and stop it in that early stage. And then, as we're moving through the day, we would watch for evidence of our alignment. Just do that for a few days, and we promise you, Esther has become so obnoxious. And we mean that in the nicest way. As she has a pen that she likes to write with that Kate gave her that looks like a magic wand, and she's just sort of waving it around to the universe. I choose that and that and that. And she's reached this place that she knows that it's coming. It's just a matter of perfect timing. And she's also wise enough to know she doesn't want it all at once. What a uncomfortable, overwhelming day that would be if it all came today. She likes it to be incrementally spaced out so that the timing of the delivery of the insight, the thought, the manifestation, the emotion, the co-creation, the rendezvous, so that the delivery of it can be devoured and enjoyed in the way that you've intended for it to be. This is all for your pleasure. You're the creator of your own reality. And people, when they hear that, Seth coined that phrase, when people hear you create your own reality, they quite often argued, no, I don't. I wouldn't have created that. I wouldn't have done that to me. And we say, we didn't say you did it on purpose, but you did do it. Everything, your response to everything around you is your creation. So then it begins to occur to you that you can't control what others do. It's not your job to do it. You really want to keep your nose out of their business. But it is your job the way you are responding to what others are doing. So Esther's begun saying, well, I can be by myself really well. I can fly high when I'm by myself because I can direct my thoughts and I can get energy going and I can feel my empowerment. And I've got that covered. And strangers, I got that covered too. Strangers are just so good to me. The universe is just picking the nicest of them and bringing them to me. It's those people I know that I have old pipes about, not people I know who have characteristics that bother me, people I know who I have old pipes about. So if you've got people that are really annoying you and you keep rendezvousing with them on that disc, you might want to stop thinking about them so you stop rendezvousing with them. In other words, what keeps things active is your attention to it, you see. What else?
That's good stuff.
It is. You are the creator of you. You're the creator of your mood. Start there. I'm the creator of my mood, therefore I'm the creator of my day. Just start there. I'm the creator of my mood, and therefore I'm the creator of my day. I'm the chooser of my mood. I'm the chooser of my mood, and therefore I am the creator of my day. I'm the chooser of my mood, and therefore I'm the chooser of my day. I create my mood, and therefore I create my day. Before you go, there's one more thing that we want to say, and that is, we've been talking about how the contrast that you live causes you to send off these rockets of desire. And that what you've been thinking about, start again. Everything that will manifest is a vibrational reality first, wanted and unwanted. So, as a society, as a mass consciousness, as history, ancestors, what they taught you in school. In other words, you have created quite a few vibrational realities that, if in your now you've got open pipes to, it's manifesting. Ooh, did you hear that? Wanted and unwanted things. It's always vibrational first, you see. So what you want to do as deliberate creators is you want to accept today you're new at the fair, and that you can pick a mood that will yield you the results from this environment in which you stand. How's that? Just start asking the environment in which you stand to show you the results that represent the vibrational frequency that you're offering. And then just pay attention to what happens in the grocery store, or pay attention even to the clarity of your own mind when you're alone, or pay attention to who gathers around you in traffic, and on and on and on. Just start noticing